Hello, fabulous friends, and welcome back to Walk on the Spiritual Side with Jamie. Today's card reading, this video is for our Virgo friends. The intention used during this card draw was, what do our Virgo friends need to know right now? Please subscribe so you don't miss these monthly reading uploads. You can find a different sign reading in the channel under the Tarot Readings playlist. Please remember, tarot is not about giving you answers, though. It's about getting insight to help you make decisions that can help you in your own path. These are general readings, not directed at any one person. Take whatever in this reading resonates with you and leave the rest on the table for someone else who needs that insight. Only you can know and make the right decisions in your life. Only you know what will work for the direction you are looking to go, and only you can know if part or all of this message is for you. Ultimately, you are responsible for your own choices. You're the director of your life. That's a pretty powerful statement. So let's get right into the reading. This spread is for a deeper look to a possible situation in your life. The deck I'm using is the Mystical Dream Tarot deck, and it clarifiers our angel answer cards, which you can see in the middle of the spread. So let's get to it. Dreamer of Swords. This card signifies getting the truth and fighting falsehoods. In this position of the reading that represents the problem or the challenge, it could mean that there are falsehoods or untruths that surround you. If you look at the Innocent card, this is about newness, birth, beginning, creativity, impulsivity, dreams, and yet seeks balance and grounding. In this spot in the reading, I feel this is about using this unfettered energy, and looking into your dreams can really help with finding some answers that you might be seeking, possibly even reveal some falsehoods that are part of the challenge that this reading is calling out on. It can also signify having an innocent or fresh eyes look at the problem to shed new lights that might not be seen from your own perspective. And the clarifier here is an interesting one. It's about peaceful resolution. So this issue is coming to an end, good or bad. Even if the answer is to agree to disagree, there will be ultimately peace in this situation. So the challenge that you're having, whether it be falsehoods at your job, relationships, things like that, if this resonates with you, then the issue is coming to an end. There's going to be some resolution, and in a sense, the idea of being able to look at things either through your dreams or with fresh eyes can really help to bring that about. Let's go on to the next line, which starts with the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands usually signifies that there can be a setback before success. Remember how life has ups and downs, and changes can happen fast, furious, and it may take time for understanding to catch up. If you find yourself getting whiplash from changes that take you by surprise, take a moment to marinate on the change. Examine how and why it happened, what lessons were learned, and it is important to note that this is the first step in assessing the problem. So note that there could be setbacks early on in the process of moving towards a solution of this problem. The Priestess of Dreams is also part of this line, and here we are back to someone kind of untouched, someone not ordinary, innocent, pure, going back to the Innocent card in the previous line. This card represents the main helper in this situation, whether it be you searching inward and find a new way to look at things, a new perspective to look at things, or someone else in your life. Remember that this is usually identifiable by somebody who's not a typical person or ordinary person that you would normally either associate with or not, just basically someone out of the ordinary, someone different. This can signify a period of inner silence where you search inward, searching for wisdom. Also could signify that there's a time for solitude or connection to faith. Whatever comes about, it's important to communicate clearly what you're looking to find solution on, and how you're in clearly finding that solution as you're working towards finding resolution, that peaceful resolution that was talked about in the first one. So that's just kind of a clarifier card there. Be clear on what you want, and be clear on what is needed, what you need, And as you're searching for these answers and you're searching for any kind of falsehoods or untruths that could be going on, that could be causing issues in different areas of your life, uh, make sure that you're seeing this clearly and you're communicating what you need to make this a peaceful resolution to be clear too. So the next line is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is the most difficult part of the challenge, and it's connected to weak unions or ineffective partnerships and a lack of peace. So the most difficult part of the challenge has some kind of connection to, again, it goes back to work or relationships, really. That's kind of where it's looking. And also, it's pretty difficult to find a peaceful resolution when you don't have any peace in your life now. Like, there's not solitude, as we talked about in the previous one, or connection to faith, and you're not finding any peacefulness now. It's kind of hard to move towards that peaceful resolution. So it might mean that it's time to take a moment and just analyze what's around you. Analyze your life, analyze the people in your life, analyze your work, analyze the different relationships, and what really could be causing these possible falsehoods. It's something that just came to me as I'm going through this reading is the interesting thing about this reading is that it's not about beginnings, endings, or anything like that, but it's about identifying falsehoods or untruths and communicating clearly. So if you identify falsehoods and communicate things clearly, there could literally be a improvement in that particular relationship, whatever it is, whether a work relationship, personal relationship. It could take you to a stronger level or a stronger bond. It could also go the opposite direction, and it could end that relationship. But it feels like in this particular reading, it doesn't feel that. That's not the energy I'm feeling. The energy I'm feeling is this will strengthen bonds and strengthen relationships. That's kind of where I'm going. We're going back to the most difficult part of this is a weak union or ineffective partnerships. Everything we're working on seems like it's bringing you to a possible stronger relationship, stronger partnership. So keep that in mind. The clarifying card here is compromise, and the wise fox is in here to say it's time to be ready for a transformation. And here's the deal. The fox, when this card comes up, the transformation is not always easy. There are challenges. There will be challenges. But if you're willing to forge through and you got the determination to forge through and the fox with your side, that challenge will only make you stronger and better. It'll strengthen things. So again, we're going back to that strengthening. So the transformation is not always easy by way of the fox, but oftentimes it's a necessary evil to push you forward. And this signifies the need to let go of old ways or old comforts. And that kind of goes back to the clarifying card here in this line, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. But very interesting that it's about letting go of old ways or old comforts. Sometimes it's really hard for us to let those go. But when we do, we are opening ourselves up to something new that could be even better. Something could come to an end abruptly, which can cause a period of discomfort and unrest. And it is a time to let go of unproductive beliefs. Now, it does say, the fox does warn that something could come to an end abruptly. But with all the other cards in this deck, some of you, I think that the message that I'm really getting is that it's meant strengthening things. So go back to compromise, which is your clarifier, right? So compromise. I kind of talked about this earlier. Decide what's important to you when you're communicating clearly, what you can live with and without, and be ready to compromise. This is going to be the best way for a happy outcome in the situation, whatever that outcome is going to be for you and the situation that you're finding yourself in right now. So the last line is about final breakthrough and next steps. So The Three of Wands is about your final breakthrough, and it says daring actions can bring about productive results. Okay, so think about this through the way the cards have been unfolding. There's untruths or falsehoods surrounding you in different areas of a area or different areas of your life, and the goal here is to identify it and to communicate clearly, to compromise and come to a peaceful resolution. It's all unfolding, very interesting. So it's saying that sometimes daring actions can bring about productive results. This could simply be going to the individual that you think is being false or not telling you everything and saying, hey, let's talk about something, because I think that I'm missing something, and maybe you can help give me clarity on this. That could be a daring move for some people. So there's a lot there's a lot that comes with that statement. Daring actions can bring about productive results. The final breakthrough in this situation starts with cooperation and partnerships. We're all going back to, it feels like it's either job or relationship. It doesn't have to be your intimate relationship. It could be a sibling relationship. It could be a different relationship. But it feels like it's one of those areas. And it starts with cooperation and partnership. It starts with bringing people back together. There's falsehoods that have put a wedge between either you and your work, or possibly your boss, or a relationship, whether it be friend, sibling, intimate relationship, whatever. But there's been that falsehood that has been putting a wedge there, and finding the solution and bringing things back together. Or like the fox said, it could abruptly end one way or the other, but at least getting some kind of peaceful resolution, whether it's good or bad, brings about a peaceful, happy ending. So if you go to the dream protector, which is the next steps, it's saying rely heavily on logic, reason, down-to-earth opinions, intellect, and rational thought when looking towards that next step. Remember your valuable support system. Your support system is the people around you that you go to talk, discuss things, the important people in your life. Could also be, a therapist or whoever is in your life that is your valuable support system. Remember, they're there. They can help if you need extra support. Also, this one says, ask your angels, which is your clarifying card. So it goes back to remembering your valuable support, your angels. Depending upon how things fall on the table when talking about falsehoods, untruths, they could go different directions. It can be a trying time, right? The angels are here to help, but you must ask them for guidance. Angels aren't going to just jump in and help you, because you have this wonderful thing called free will, and you have that choice. You have to ask for it. So if you feel like you're in a spot where it's just very hard time and you just don't know which way to go, ask your angels for help. Seek your support system, whether it be your friends, family, or even finding a professional who can help with your whatever issues that you're working through. Because there are some cards in here that say that you could be there's falsehoods. There's the fox. Things could end abruptly, or you could find cooperation. There's different ways this can go. But if this resonates with you, there's a lot here to unpack and unravel. And being the case, you might need that support system. So it kind of feels like a situation in your life, career, relationship, personal growth, is shrouded in falsehoods, and your journey is to discover what these falsehoods are, these untruths are. There will need to be conversations, compromises, decisions made through partnerships and cooperation. See how all of it's kind of winding together. Finding this truth will bring about peace and comfort for you. It could come by way of the fox, which indicates a hard time or a setback will come before the happy ending. Keeping that in mind will help you, if this resonates with you, to keep a positive, optimistic outlook, which will help you with manifestation and success. Remember, there's always goods and bads, ups and downs. There's always cycles in our lives. Things come to an end, new things begin. Keep your focus on logic and stay out of the emotional realm to help you through the possible times of hardship. That's a really important point. I feel that that's an important point to drive home. Keep your focus on logic, stay out of the emotional realm to help with the possible hardships. Remember your support system. Again, another point that I feel needs to be driven home. Your support system is there for you. They're there to help you. And remember your angels. These readings are general and free, but if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can find my link below in the video description box. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the playlist, and have a blessed week. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.